a stray dog? What's the danger signs?
So a lot of it's the body language. If a dog has no interest in you, he's going to look at you. Let's say you're talking about stray dogs, right? Stray dogs are almost always moving. They're going from one place to another. Let's cover that scenario first. Moving from one place to another. I guess another scenario would be if they're denned up somewhere and you're approaching their den, right? So let's cover the migrating dog first. If they don't see you as a threat or food, then they're going to look at you, look away, and just keep right on trucking. Does that make sense? They're not
Yep.
gonna focus on you for more than a second or two. So that video where we met, the guy said body language. Dogs are experts. He referred back to dogs being experts in reading body language, right? They don't talk to each other, so they have to rely on body language. If you are threatening to them, then they will respond one of two ways. They're going to run away or they're going to fight, right? One of two ways. But if you're not threatening, if you're just walking down the road and you've got a dog with you and he doesn't want to eat your dog for whatever reason, attack your dog or attack you, then he's just not going to pay any attention to you and he's going to go. So if a dog turns and focuses on you, that's going to send up a red flag right away. And you deal with that immediately, right? So that you don't wind up in a bad situation. You're less likely to wind up in a bad situation. As far as the aggression goes, like you mentioned earlier, the dog bark versus the non-barking dog, right? Which one was more dangerous? If a dog wants to attack you, he's in hunt mode, right? He's hunting you is what he's doing, or your little buddy, your little dog that you got walking on the leash next to you. There is no dog in the world that is a successful hunter that barks at his prey while he's stalking it, right? They just don't make any noise. Yep. So if a dog is barking at you, that's a good sign. So stop where you're at, maybe find a different route. Don't continue forward because that the barking is a warning system, right? The dog is instinctively, it's a dog's job to let his pack know something is different. It could be a squirrel come by because they instinctively hunt small mammals, right? Or small critters. Sometimes they'll hunt iguanas and whatnot, but typically speaking, they hunted small game. So squirrels, rabbits, birds, things like that. So sometimes it's saying, hey, there's food nearby. Sometimes it's saying, hey, there's a threat nearby. But their barking is to let the rest of their pack know that they need your attention, basically. So when the dog is barking, it's a warning system to you, to whoever is not their pack, not a member of their pack. It's a warning system for you to back off. So in an effort to avoid the danger altogether, if he's not behind a fence, if he's a free roaming dog, then just back off. And then you don't get in a fight to begin with, right? There's some people that'll say, never let the dog challenge you. You always challenge a dog, you push back. Why? If you can turn around and leave, you just won the dog fight you weren't in, right? Dogs are much less, especially modern day dogs, they're much less aggressive towards humans and they're much more aggressive towards other dogs. So if you're out walking your dog, and that was the video that we watched, he showed a clip, and that's exactly what happened. A dog came out and attacked her dog. It didn't attack her, but it attacked her dog. And she was just walking through an alleyway. The dog let him get past, and it approached from behind, which is how dogs fight, right? Or how they attack, how they charge. Very, very seldom will a dog charge you head on, unless there's caveats to everything. The dog will approach you head on in an aggressive manner if you are approaching his den, his home, whatever, and he feels he needs to defend that. He will approach you head on in that case. But if he's hunting you, he's not going to hunt you head on. He's going to come up from behind. If you've ever watched a wolf pack hunt a deer or elk or whatever, they get behind them and they just basically outrun them because they're distance runners. The animal gets winded and gets tired, and that's when they attack. But it's always from behind. It's never from the front. It's just less danger that way for them, right? It's a smart way to hunt. So if the dog is hunting you, he's going to most likely come up from behind you, maybe off to the side, 45 off to the side or whatever, but it's going to be behind you. The dog that's in front of you, especially if they're barking, isn't that big of a concern. Just don't continue on, because again, that's their warning system. If you push back through that when you don't have to, you are risking the warning to turn into active aggression.
So have you ever been